Hello and welcome to another week of Gibbo Meets. This week we are with one of the Gold Coast leading trainers in Michael Costa. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Mate, you've got a good story. There's plenty to go over. I've got a little cheat sheet so I don't forget. Let's just start with last season. How'd you rate it? Winners? Happy enough?
It was good statistically. Another strong season and a couple of feature races as well, which was good. So the key for us being sort of a small to growing medium-sized stable is to keep the stats up and just keep replacing the horse as well. I think we finished at about 22-23% winning strike rate. So if we can keep chugging along like that and improving the stock, then that's the goal moving forward into this season as well.
You have always had a good strike rate. We'll get to that and the features. You were originally from down south. How have you liked the Gold Coast and training out of the Gold Coast Turf Club?
Look, it's you just look at the trials even last week down at Rose Hill, the quality of horse that you need to be in that Sydney and be competitive, and my yearling purchases are generally back. We're looking for value under 100,000, 30 to 50,000. So it makes sense for us to be here, but from a living standpoint, it makes sense to live where other people holiday, and it's just magic. And it's great for the family life. It's paradise. That's why they call it that. But also just being at a central place, the Gold Coast, it allows us to hop over the border, head up to Brisbane. It's a great location track, and the club as well has been very supportive for myself as a young emerging stable, and I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, I like that. Live where people holiday. That's a ripper. So you obviously are loving it. What's some of your favourite spots or things to do on the coast?
Look, we're a bit of a beach family. It's a great for us to head to the beach, whether it's being on the Broadwater, on the boats or anything, or just being at the beach. But you don't have to. You can just stepping outside. There's just something a little bit different, and they don't have the traffic as Sydney. There's plenty of points and plenty of good eating as well.
Yeah, that's true. We've had weeks and weeks of 25. I think we had one day's rain. Sydney's been wet for about 15 weeks. I think I was talking to one of my men down there and said it's been heavy tracks for nearly 14 weeks.
Yeah,
so,
they're heavy tracks.
Yeah, we're blessed. Now we'll go over some horses. Group winner we were just talking about before over the Carnival Super Giant. But he did look like a horse that the further he'd get out, the better he'd go, and he just does. He just gets that. He's got that high tempo through the race, and he just gives that kick just enough to get him off the bit. And mate, he was outstanding. I do believe he's having a jump out maybe tomorrow. Yeah. What's the plan with him?
So he's going to have his jump out and look to run first up the week after at Eagle Farm. We're just deciding his plan a little bit. All options are open. Obviously COVID throws a few spanners in the works, so we've got a couple of options, whether he has 2 runs up here in Queensland then heads to Sydney, or whether we go straight to Melbourne. We'll just play by ear a little bit.
Yeah, right. He was. And did it surprise you a little bit how good he went, or you always thought, I reckon he can get to that level?
As soon as we got the horse, we were very confident that he was working well. Just had a few little bad traits in wanting to pull a little bit hard, and still learning his racing craft. But he's a horse which has really come back in, settling a bit more in his work now. So I think he can go.
And he did this. I'm winging it now. He did trial a couple of weeks ago.
He did. A bit underdone in that first trial, but he was in the group listed trial. Instructions we just follow the field around. He found himself right in the mix, and under no pressure, we finished right off with the Group 1 horses. So for a stayer doing that underdone, it was a good little indication that he's on song.
Yeah, that's right. He was alongside Tyzo now that I go back in my memory. One of my faves, Fobita.
Yeah.
What's he up to?
He won really well first up. He's normally a horse which needs the first up run, but he blew them away and ran home the quickest time of the day there in town. But unfortunately after that run he just put a small strain on one of his fetlocks, so he's out in the paddock, and hopefully he'll probably have about 6 months, and hopefully we can get him back. But it was a good win for him winning that big race here at the Magic Millions, and hopefully he can come back and improve again.
Yeah, he's got some ability, that horse. A few others like Lapulga's been outstanding. Ruse, I'm thinking, might be going for a break or something. And Malahide, what about those?
Lapulga's been a bit of a surprise horse. He's a horse that really struggled to break his maiden, but every preparation he's come in, he's improved another 2 seconds, and he was unlucky to win 2 Group 3 races there with a bit of luck, missing the kick and a few against the track bias on one run there. So he's been a horse which has done a remarkable job for the stable, considering he was struggling to break his maiden. Roos has really improved as well. Won the Guineas down there. He's gone for a break. He should improve for another prep. And Malahide will be in the group and listed trial on Saturday. Possibly a Wheatwood horse.
Okay, sweet. And just on Roos, obviously won the Grafton Guineas. It was a good race over the mile. So you can't really say there's a question on the mile. Do you think 1400's better, or you got no dramas with the 16 next prep again?
Yeah, no dramas with the 16. I just think the last two runs he's probably just hasn't had the greatest runs in transit. Been taken off
early,
mile.
yeah.
Last run got a little bit of social media heat where he drew barrier 2 and found himself 3 wide in the middle of the race and took off again. A sort of a horse where he won the Grafton Guineas, he needs to suck up to that 300 and have that 300 metre sprint. And he's been beaten, under half a length in pretty much both runs, and the running transit's definitely just brought him undone.
Yeah, he's done a great job. Now, I think you've got, just doing some stats, 12 of your last 50 runners have won. As I said earlier, your strike rate's always good. I thought you were mad taking Seen Too Many to the 1800 metre race that day. I can't believe how well you do place them. I'm still wiping egg off the face from that day, and it has been a real strength of yours.
Yeah.
Is that how you see it? That is your strength? Everyone's got something they think define them. As you said, your strike rate's nearly always over 25%. That's what you focus on?
Yeah, definitely on placement. We don't always have the best horses in the race, but we try and send them to the races as well as possible. Our team really focus on those 1%ers. Leading into a race, we're with them, massaging, trying to get every muscle fibre as well as possible. And then we're nominating and really picking the eyes out of the races. That one in particular, she was dual accepted. I definitely understood the thoughts about keeping her to the 1400, but I just felt the track could have been a little bit leader biased that day, and she was just struggling to sort of break the running home in 34. So it just would have been a difficult task. And she was a horse which was probably, if she was going to win another race, find herself in a little bit of no man's land.
Yep.
So her best opportunity was to stretch her out, and it worked.
Yeah, you got it right, I got it wrong. Anyway, that's about us, I think. Well done on the success. There's always room for more owners in the Costa camp, I believe. Best way to do it, just go through your website.
Yeah, just the website. You can get onto the live chat there, and a member of the team will be in touch. But always looking for more owners, because the more we buy, the more chance you got to find that special one.
Yeah, exactly. And good videos, good social media. So follow the Costa camp on that as well. Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching.
Good luck.